In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly use cardio for weight loss. There's actually a specific number you need to hit to maximize fat burning. These are the exact same tips that I give to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. So you know it works. Before I get started, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video every week. It really helps support my channel. Alright, let's get into it. Doing cardio-based workouts is one of the most popular ways to exercise. Whether it's using your favorite cardio machine like the elliptical, the Stairmaster, a stationary bike, swimming, or really any activity that gets your heart pumping. Group fitness classes like CrossFit and running groups also falls in this category. The problem is a majority of people are doing it wrong. I gotta admit, I was one of those people and I did it for years. I just didn't know any better. Because we've somehow adapted this no pain, no gain mentality when it comes to working out. Yes, exercise is good for you, so we automatically think that more must be better. But just like a lot of things, you can definitely do too much of a good thing. The poison is in the dose. I was a big part of the CrossFit scene for years, and a big part of the culture is that no pain, no gain mentality. Almost every workout is a sufferfest. And yeah, it does create community because of that. They even have sayings like death before DNF, which stands for did not finish. By the way, there's absolutely nothing wrong about sending it and going all out occasionally. Once a week? Sure. The problem is we get into chronic patterns of doing these cardio workouts that are a little bit too hard, a little bit too frequently with insufficient rest. People just mindlessly go for a run or go to their group fitness class Monday through Friday. Sometimes they don't even take days off. Well, I've got some potentially bad news if you're one of those people. You're most likely doing more harm than good, and we'll dive into this more in a second. The key to optimize your results is to track your heart rate. Specifically, you want to keep your heart rate in the fat burning zone the entire time when you do these cardio-based workouts. More likely than not, unless you're extremely fit, you're gonna have to slow things down. Here's why. Cardio workouts performed in the fat burning zone upregulates your fat burning metabolism because your body always adapts to whatever fuel source is always available. If you teach it to burn fat when you're doing cardio and most workouts, it's gonna become very good at using fat for energy even at rest. And when you slow down at a more comfortable pace, you always have oxygen available to make fat your predominant fuel source because fat burns well in the presence of oxygen. These comfortably paced cardio workouts also helps optimize hormonal function. It strengthens the immune system, it stabilizes appetite and mood so you don't have these crazy energy and mood swings. It also stimulates brain-derived neurotrophic factor or BDNF, which is miracle grow for the brain. And it prompts the all-important mitochondrial biogenesis, which is the making of new mitochondria, which increases longevity. What's not to like? As a byproduct, you actually feel refreshed and energized for the rest of the day if you do your cardio workouts properly. If you feel like crap, you definitely overdid it. What's the magic number to stay in this aerobic, aka fat burning zone? The upper limit is 180 minus your age in heartbeats per minute. So if you're 34 like me, your maximum aerobic heart rate is 146 beats per minute. This is a proven calculation that's been around for decades, popularized by Dr. Phil Maffetone, a legendary endurance coach. This is not just a made-up number. So your number one job moving forward, once you figure it out, is to stay below your personal number. During a proper aerobic training session, you're burning mostly fat for fuel. Depending on your fitness level, the effort should feel easy to moderate. At your maximum aerobic heart rate, you are at peak fat oxidation, which means you're burning more fat per minute than any other heart rate. If you can imagine a bell curve, you are at that peak. My recommendation is to stay a few beats just below that number, that max, just to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. Because if you're an eager beaver and you go past your maximum aerobic heart rate, and this is what happens in 99% of running groups and group fitness classes because you always have to keep up, yes, you're gonna burn more calories. If you're on a cardio machine, for example, it's addicting to look at the calories burned. The problem is you also start operating at a different metabolic state. Your fat oxidation rate will go down in favor of increased glucose burning. Why? Because glucose is like rocket fuel. It's a quick hit of fuel. And you're gonna start burning more of it instead of fat because you're huffing and puffing. The effort level is now hard, which is gonna trigger more cortisol production, which is your stress hormone, and more free radicals in the process, which are cellular waste products. The result is more inflammation, and it can lead to longer recovery times and more risk of breakdown, burnout, and fatigue. That's why it's so important to stay below your maximum aerobic heart rate during your workout. If you go too fast, even just for a little bit, it's hard for your body to go back to that low stress fat burning state. So you have to be aware and stay disciplined. Again, more isn't always better. Less is more in this scenario. This is why walking is easily the best cardio for weight loss, because it's easy and you're guaranteed to stay below your maximum aerobic heart rate. Let's circle back to mainstream fitness. Unfortunately, that euphoric feeling that you get from always doing these medium to hard intensity workouts, combined with the flawed mindset that you're not getting a good workout unless you're suffering, creates this exercise trap for a lot of people where you're almost always going way above your maximum aerobic heart rate. Again, this exercise black hole trap puts you in a different metabolic and hormonal state, because now you're burning more glucose and less fat, which increases stress hormone production and muscular fatigue. I remember waking up always feeling like I just got hit by a bus when I was stuck in that trap. I was unknowingly compromising my fat burning goals, and I was trashing my health and longevity in the process. Imagine that. But hey, now I know better and you can learn from my mistakes. Again, it's okay to do an occasional challenge like a Spartan race or a breakthrough workout where you just go all out and you significantly exceed your maximum aerobic heart rate. This is how you level up because you're stimulating a fitness adaptation, but you take the proper recovery time afterwards. But it's the daily pattern of these hard workouts that becomes too stressful, depleting, and immune suppressing that ends up doing way more harm than good. I always had some nagging minor injury, and I was always susceptible to getting sick when I just beat up my body every day. What's worse, this type of training has been shown conclusively to increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, mitochondrial damage, and accelerated aging. This is often referred to as the excessive endurance exercise hypothesis. One of the leading voices on this is Dr. James O'Keefe, a cardiologist. He's got an eye-opening TED Talk called Run for Your Life at a Comfortable Pace and Not Too Far. According to him, a surprising amount of seasoned marathoners with six-pack abs and healthy blood profiles are showing increased scarring and thickening of their arterial walls caused by chronic exercise-driven inflammation. So just because you look good on the outside doesn't mean that everything's fine on the inside. To be honest, I kind of feel betrayed because I unwillingly and unknowingly put myself through this for years. You actually see extreme cases of these depleting workouts in CrossFit competitions where overly stressed athletes experience rhabdomyolysis, or rhabdo for short. It's a potentially life-threatening syndrome resulting from the breakdown of muscle which leaks into the circulation. The most obvious symptom is when your pee turns into the same color as Coke. By the way, I'm not scaring you into never doing CrossFit or group fitness classes. I still do it up to this day. I just know better now. Knowledge is power. Again, think of a bell curve. There's a point where it peaks and you get maximum benefits, but then it starts to go down. The sweet spot is doing a couple hours of cardio-based workouts per week at an aerobic pace to get those maximum benefits. Anything more than that, and you start traveling down the path into the danger zone where you're doing more harm than good. And as always, what gets measured gets managed. If you have an extra couple of bucks, you should invest in a heart rate monitor to help you stay below your maximum aerobic heart rate. The highest accuracy comes from the ones that strap around your chest. You can get a high quality unit for less than 50 bucks on Amazon. You can also use an Apple Watch or other fitness trackers. Although depending on which review you look at, they might not always be as accurate. You can also use the no-tech strategy of the good old nose breathing. You should be able to do your cardio workout with your mouth closed and just breathe through your nose. My perspective on fitness these days has drastically changed compared to when I was a competitive athlete. My long-term goal is now to participate in the Super Centenarian Olympics. I no longer feel the need nor the desire to go big or go home every day. Not every workout needs to be a near-death experience. Instead, I've definitely substituted them for a lot of these comfortably paced workouts. Yes, slowing down is not as fun as the high that you'd get from a tough workout. But rest assured, you're actually making steady progress towards your fat loss goals because now you're actually doing your cardio workouts properly. And just remember Dr. James O'Keefe's principle: run for your life at a comfortable pace and not too far. The next question then becomes, how are you actually supposed to eat if you want to lose weight? Because here's the thing, 80% of your body composition is determined by your diet. You can't just freestyle this part. Do you have a proven plan that you can follow? To help you with that, I want to give you a free copy of my Lean Body Blueprint. This is how I was finally able to get rid of all my unwanted body fat without depriving myself of my favorite foods or spending countless hours at the gym. It's a simple 4-step process specifically designed for busy professionals, and it's the exact same blueprint that I teach to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. If you want to be the next success story, then download your free copy of the Lean Body Blueprint right now. There's going to be a link somewhere at the top here or in the description box. Just click on it, type in your email, and I'll send it to you right away. Hey, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a new video every week, and feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions about this video. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Virtual high five.